Hi Glitz Glam fam, welcome back to my channel. I know I usually am fully glam when I do videos, and I actually have been wanting to film the December unboxing for a few days now, but some of you know I'm recovering from surgery, so it's like kind of hard to get around and everything. So anyway, I'm like, it's Cyber Monday, the biggest day for online sales for e-commerce businesses. And I log in today to my site because it's weird. I didn't get any emails today about, customer messages and, sales, whatever. So I go to log in and it says my site is unavailable. Please contact Shopify. So I'm like, okay, I contact Shopify and they're like, you violated the terms of service, so your account is suspended. And I'm like, you shut down my site on Cyber Monday? Oh, okay. So I wasn't going to make a video about this because, I don't like to be negative and I don't like to badmouth people. But at this point, you shut down my site. My hotkittybeauty.com is shut down. You cannot access it. I cannot access it. And now at this point, no, I'm going to make my video. So it all started when I was going to start a makeup line. So I've had Glitz Glam Box for, over 2 years now. So we have Glitz Glam Box. I wanted to start a makeup line. I love glitter, I love lashes. So it took forever to develop the actual products. The products themselves, they took forever. So I was like not really worried about getting the site together. I mean, I was, but and honestly, I work a full-time job. I also have Glitz Glam Box. I was also about to have surgery. I was moving. I bought a new house. Like a lot of stuff was going on. So I was like, you know what? I don't really have time to build a site now. So let me have the Shopify expert do it. Expert, I say that in quotes, okay? Expert. So I go on the site, I go on Shopify, and you post your job like, oh, I need a makeup website. I need a makeup website designed, right? Mind you, we already know how to do a site because we did glitzglambox.com. So I was like, it'll be easier. My sister's like, yeah, it'll be easier for you because I'm doing the makeup line alone. My sister helps with the box. So it's, we can split the work. So I'm like, okay. So I get a bunch of people that apply to the job. So this particular, and I'm going to say the name, is some like Park Haas Solutions or whatever. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to say the name and whatever, because I tried to do that. Mind you, this has been going on since July of 2020. It is now November 30th. November 30th. This has been since July. Okay. Keep that in mind. It's been since July. And this was in July. They applied, whatever. I looked and they claimed that they made the Eva NYC. It's like a hairline website and it had a diamond as the cursor. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I wanted to do a cat as the cursor when you're, so that's the reason why I picked them, right? And I showed my sister and she's like, yeah, this looks cute. Let's go with them. So they quoted me $600 to do the site. I'm like, okay, fine. It's a business expense, whatever. I'll pay the $600. So you pay the deposit at first. So I'm like, okay. So they quoted me $600. Then when they sent me the invoice, it said $700. So I said, well, what is the $700 for? You guys said $600. They write me back saying, oh, we'll accept $600. And I'm like, what do you mean you'll accept $600? I'm like, you said $600. Like, I didn't just make this number up out of the clear blue sky, So that was the first thing. Okay, so they changed it to $600. I'm like, okay. They sent me a long list. I might put the list in of all the stuff that they allegedly will do. Okay, this is in July. Okay, so in August, they keep sending me a picture of a home page. Everything's wrong. Hot Kitty Beauty was spelled wrong. They didn't have my logo up there, which I gave them my logo. Everything was wrong. They were putting product pictures in that were not my product. So I have palettes, eyelashes, lipsticks, everything, right? They were putting I guess stuff they found on Google on, in the on the homepage. And I was like, no, you need to put my products on the homepage, not random products you found on Google. So I was like, you know what? Let's do a phone call, because the thing is, there were so many errors that I couldn't even list them all, because the list would be this long. She goes, oh, can you email me? I'm like, email you everything that needs to be changed? Mind you, this is just the homepage, okay? Right then and there, I should have just been done with them. So I emailed every single thing that needed to be changed. I was like, I want the top bar to be like this. I want a drop down. Okay. So I sent in a detailed list. My sister drew a picture of how it's supposed to look. They send it back. And she's like, if perfect, can I publish? And I'm like, everything was wrong. Like there was like capital letters on some and then lowercase letters on some. Everything was spelled wrong. Like they spelled glitter wrong. They spelled lashes wrong. They spelled everything wrong. They spelled Hot Kitty Beauty wrong. I was like, so then I said, well, did you look at this before you sent it to me? Because there's so many errors on here. Okay, this is August now. I'm like, there's so many errors on here. So she's like, oh, what are the errors? This is the email. What are the errors? Let me know so I can make perfect. And I'm like, okay. So again, I sent a long list of all these things that need to be changed, okay? This is still August, right? Mind you, I'm trying to launch in October. So I'm thinking, mind you, they said it will be 1 week to complete the site. It's already been almost a month. So it was supposed to be 1 week. So I have to laugh at this point because, it's crazy. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you guys are not checking your work. You're not checking your work because none of the links worked. So when you click on lashes, it should take you to a lash page. When you clicked on lashes, nothing happened. You click on palettes, nothing happened. Oh, they spelled palettes wrong, okay? When I said there's 3 collections, there's the Pink Kitty collection, the Sunset Kitty collection, and the Smoky Kitty collection. They didn't have the collections down. They didn't have the lipsticks all together. Under glitter, they had eyeshadow. Under lips, they had lashes under lips. Lashes. I was like, so I'm like, okay. And I'm asking my sister, I'm like, this is crazy. And she's like, no, we need to just keep sending a list. So then her idea was to send one item at a time. So we're going to do the top bar, okay, the search bar. We sent all the things that needed to be on the search bar. It still was wrong. Like the site, you could not shop on it. Okay, so this is August. So September comes along. The site is still not up and running, right? The site is still not up and running in September. So September, I was like, she was like, oh, is it perfect? Can I publish it? And I'm like, this is not perfect. The bottom part said, this is a Photoshop template. It literally said, this is a Photoshop template of Lenovo or some Photoshop template. I said, you didn't even take the template, the little template thing off. I'm like, how could you possibly publish this? So then I said I wanted a mailing list to pop up. She couldn't do that. She didn't do that. So then I said, I want the icon to be the logo. She didn't do that. Okay, so nothing worked. Nothing worked on the site. So I started going in there to see like, well, can I just do it myself? Because I'd never worked with Shopify before. So I go in there and I'm like trying to figure out like how to make the menu. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I start fumbling through it and I'm like, I start kind of like fixing it to the way I want. And my sister's like, no, you can't. No, this is her job to do it. The whole point was for you to not have to do this. And I'm like, yeah, that was the whole point. But at this point, I have to get the site up and running because I'm trying to launch for October. So September comes and goes. The girl still, mind you, I have over 100 emails with this girl. I might put them in here. I mean, it's horrible. Like, it was horrible. So this is September. So September comes and goes. So October came. So October comes, and I wanted the site to be launched already. Now, we needed lashes for the October Glitz Glam box. So I was like, okay, so we'll use my Hot Kitty beauty lashes, but I'm like, well, what's the point if the site's not up and people can't shop it? And I was like, well, we could put it on glitzglambox.com, but the whole point is that it's supposed to be separate. And I didn't want to make more issues with the site that we already have. So I'm like, we can't put it in the October box because the site's not up. So we couldn't even put the lashes in the October box. So I was like, okay, we're going to put the lashes in the November box. We switched out the lashes for October and Glitz Glam box. So I told her, I said, I have a deadline. I need this site to be finished. You quoted me 1 week. It has now been over 2 months. This is since July now. It has been over 2 months. What is the holdup? I said, I sent an email. It was pages and pages long. I said, are multiple people working on the site? Because some pages work and some pages don't work. Some pages are fine. They're not perfect, but they're fine. And some pages are just horrible. Like, you didn't check it. You don't know how to spell. You didn't even copy and paste what I was putting in the email. I said, at this point, it feels like I'm building the site myself, because not one page you could successfully shop on. So you would click it, and then you would click an item and it wouldn't take you to the shopping cart. I said, why is there no shopping cart here? You click an item and nothing happens. And she's like, we can add the shopping cart in at the end, and we can do this at the end. And I'm like, okay, but the spelling's not even right. I literally have 13 items to sell, right? She didn't even have all the items added, all the products added. So not even all my products were. So I have a lip cream, a lip gloss, lashes, eyeshadow palettes, and a liquid glitter. And there's a couple variations of each one. They didn't have the variations in there. She put I was looking at the quantity. The quantity said, one quantity said 0, but another quantity said 100. So I'm like, there's multiple people doing this, because everybody's doing something differently and the site's not getting done. So at that point, when it's months and months and months and months and months, and you've already been paid and you cannot deliver on what you've been paid for, why would you still continue the guise that you're designing my site? So I told her, I said, listen, this needs to get finished. I cannot wait any longer. And she's like, oh, well, we can publish it right now. I'm like, you can't publish it right now when no one can shop. What do you mean you can publish it right now? You can't even if you click lashes, the lash page was empty. You click lashes. Mind you, I sent her pictures of every single product. I sent her every single product name. I made little thumbnails. I made a thumbnail with the item and each color variation with the names on it, with the shade names on it, and with the product description. The product descriptions were blank. The weights were blank. There was no shopping cart. It was just, there's so many errors I can't even list. Like, I'm like, should I put the emails in? So here's where the Shopify scam comes in. Okay. So it says if you're having issues with a Shopify expert, contact support. So I contact support. This was on October 24th. I contact support because I need the site done by November. They said there's nothing that they can do and that I have to resolve it with the expert myself. And I was like, so why does it tell me to contact Shopify support? And they're like, well, we suggest that you contact the expert directly. And I'm like, I've been in touch with the expert directly, and they're not doing anything. They don't even fix the site. They don't change anything. They're saying, oh, if it's perfect, we can publish it. But how can you publish it when there's no shopping cart? So what are you talking about, publish it? I'm like, you can't shop on this site. You cannot shop on this site. So anyway, Shopify support does nothing. I was so upset. I was like, you guys did nothing. I was literally so upset. I was like in tears. I was like, they did nothing. They literally stole my money. This is the expert, Miss Park Haas Solutions, Rashimi, whatever her name is. So I look at the last logins, right? It said my last login, the IP address was India, so that's them, the Parquet Solutions, Parquet or whatever Solutions. And it said that they were logged in for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So you're designing a website and you're only logged in for 5 minutes? I was like, this is a total scam. This is a total freaking scam. So you're working on my site, you're going to fix it, blah, 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 and you were only logged in for 5 minutes. Okay. So I was like, so the guy that on Shopify support that I said he did nothing for me, and the troubleshooting says to contact Shopify support if you have a problem with an expert. So they said they're going to escalate it to some other team. So the other team contacts me and says, well, what did they say they were going to do? This is the girl Amber from Shopify support. I sent her the whole description of what they claimed to do. And then I sent her what they did, which was none of that. The list was a mile long of the stuff supposedly they were going to do to my site. So, and I said, I ended up having to finish the site myself. I stayed up all night. I finished the site myself so it could be ready in time for the launch, which was pushed back to November from October. So I finished the site myself. I didn't use the one they designed. I mean, it was horrible. Like it was not usable. It was not usable. So I made it was the most basic site ever. I stayed up all night, did it myself. Okay. I had all my product pictures and everything. So this was October 27th. I did it myself. So I launched in November. This was my soft launch. My big launch was supposed to be December, right? It's supposed to be in 2 days. 2 days. 2 days from now. Supposed to be. Okay. So I contact Amber. We go back and forth for a month. I said, listen, I did the site myself. I don't want anything from them. And the expert was trying to get another $300 from me. I said, I can't pay them. No, I'm not going to pay them. So I said, and I need a refund for the first $300 that I paid. And she's like, she said, ask them for a refund. And if they agree to refund you, no problem. So I asked for a refund in 6 different emails. I asked the expert supposedly for a refund. I said, you're unethical. You didn't do what you promised. You were only logged into my site for 5 minutes, blah, 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 blah. The expert, they don't even acknowledge that I asked for a refund. They told me to calm down. They were like, calm down. I can fix this site with no problem. And I'm like, I took away your collaborator access on October 24th. After that, she emailed me like, let me know if you need anything else. Have a great day. And I'm like, I took away your collaborator access and you didn't finish the site. So what do you mean have a great day? What do you mean have a great day? So anyway, I send all this to Shopify. So then Shopify says they will ask them for a refund. So weeks go by. I have my surgery, come out of my surgery. I'm in recovery now. I can't show you guys my scar, but anyway. So I email Shopify like, hey, what's going on with my refund? They didn't complete the job. They didn't do anything that they said that they would. So what's going on with my refund? She goes, well, we heard back from them and they're refusing to give you your refund. And I was like, okay, fine. So I called Capital One and did a bank dispute on it because, the category is services were not provided. So the service was not provided. I had to do the site myself. This girl has over 100 emails of where she didn't finish my site. So this was like a week ago, right? So today I go to log in November 30th, Cyber Monday, to my site, and it says your site is unavailable. Contact Shopify support. So I contact Shopify support. They're like, first they put me through the ringer about proving my identity of who I am. And I'm like, I'm like, really? You know damn well who I am. So they go, did you do a chargeback? And I was like, I absolutely did a chargeback. I asked the expert for a refund. I asked you for a refund. Neither one of you would help me. You know they didn't do their job. They know they didn't do their job. No, they're not getting my $300. For what? $300 for what? They did nothing. They did nothing, right? So they go, well, you violated the terms of service on your account. So now your account is locked. And I'm like, oh, so you lock my account because I did a chargeback, but you just give them my $300. And the issue is the charge doesn't come up with the expert's name. It comes up with the Shopify name. So she goes, well, we just processed the payment. It's not us taking the funds. They get the funds directly. It's like when a customer goes to your site, it's going to say Shopify. It's not going to say, your site name. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But you charged me for this month and now I can't access my site. So I'm going to have to dispute that charge too, because you have to pay every month to have a website. So every month that you have a website, whoever the host is, you have to pay for it, especially when, they're processing payments and whatever. So she's like, well, I'm going to explain the reason for your chargeback. And I'm like, you don't have to explain anything, because I told all this to Shopify. I told this to the support girl who I was speaking with for over a month. I told this to the first guy in the Shopify support chat. Then she sends me some link talking about they're not responsible for experts and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so, but you don't say that when you're recommending these experts, supposed experts. You don't say all that. You just say, here are the experts, post your job. So you have no accountability in whether or not they can fulfill the job that they were supposed to fulfill. So then she goes, I can't speak to you about what happened, what was the result of our investigation on this expert, but please rest assured that their account would be terminated if they violated whatever. And I'm like, so I go on, I Googled them. I Googled the Part Cost Solutions. I Googled it, and they have another review, like maybe a month after mine. This was a waste of money. 1 star. This was a waste of money. They stole my money. Blah, 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 blah. Shopify did nothing. I'm like, okay, this is a damn scam. So I don't know if they really designed those websites, the reference websites that they sent to me to look at. I don't think they did. And then Shopify, I guarantee you they're getting a cut, because the whole reason I even found this company, or they found me because they applied to my job, is because Shopify was recommending them. So Shopify has all these small businesses. It's a pandemic. Everyone's trying to be online. I already had an e-commerce business. So, but say it's your first business and you really don't know how to do a website. And like, say I couldn't have done mine myself. I was trying to save time and energy and effort and frustration and aggravation. And it ended up being, I can't even tell you how difficult to deal with the supposed expert, and Shopify. So you suspend my account. So I'll put it up here. You can't go to my website right now because I'm fighting a charge for an expert that did nothing, literally nothing. They spelt my brand name wrong. They didn't even put my logo on the website, the supposed website that you couldn't shop on. So Shopify condones this. They don't think they did anything wrong. They are still letting this expert operate on that platform. And they took the money. They took my $300. They wouldn't refund it. Shopify wouldn't refund it. The expert wouldn't refund it either. And this other guy who did a review after me, they did the exact same thing to him. Not 1 month later. Not 1 month later. And I'm going to post that too. And I'm not the person who does rant videos. I mean, I have so much tea on all these other box companies, all these YouTubers. I have tea on everyone. I don't spill tea. That's not what I do. But this is a scam. So this is a public service announcement to all small businesses. Do not use Shopify experts, and I use that term very loosely, okay? Do not use them because Shopify has no accountability. There's no fail safe. There's no recourse, if it doesn't work out. And they're telling me I violated my terms of service. And I'm like, oh, so I violated my terms of service. So you suspend my website on Cyber fucking Monday. Cyber fucking Monday. So you wait a week to suspend my fucking account. Okay. No problem. Because at this point, I don't even care. At this point, I don't care. I really don't even care. I can't even believe they suspend someone who pays them a monthly subscription. They suspend my account, but they're letting this expert masquerade as a website designer when they can't even add a shopping cart to a site. So damn well they didn't design my site, Shopify. I did it myself. You can look at the IP addresses. It doesn't say India. It says New Jersey, the Jersey Shore, New Jersey, who did the damn site. So that's fine. Shopify suspended my account. That's fine. I'll be perfectly fine. So now I'm going to go build a new website on another domain. Like, it's crazy. So the moral of the story is do not use Shopify experts because it's a scam. It is a scam. And I'm absolutely going to keep that bank dispute. And I'm absolutely going to dispute the Shopify charge for this month because they suspended my account and then they waited until Cyber Monday to do it. And that is the real savvy in the scam. That's the real savvy in the scam. So you let anybody masquerade on your expert platform as a website designer. You don't check them out. You recommend them to me and the other guy and probably other people. I'm going to look through their reviews and, no, at this point, I don't even care. I'm not going to look through the reviews, but I already screenshot one of them, which was after mine when she said, oh, their account is terminated or whatever. No, it's not because there's a guy with a review 1 month after mine with the exact same experience. And it's like, if two customers are saying the exact same thing, maybe there's some truth to it. And you should have just refunded my damn money to begin with. Because they were like, I said, well, I'm going to have to dispute the other charges that you guys are charging me because my site is not accessible. And they're like, oh, well, we can refund you that. And I'm like, so you can refund that, but you couldn't refund the fake expert charge. Okay. I see how you guys operate. So anyway, here's the moral of the story, small business owners, since it's, it's that time. It's that time, and we're dealing with, staying home and trying to fulfill online orders, and they suspend my site on Cyber fucking Monday. I love it. And I'm never cussed in a video, but this is bullshit. So if you try to go on my site right now, it's not working. So do not be alarmed. I'm going to make a new site on something aside from Shopify. So that's what I'll be doing for, the next couple of hours. But yeah. So guys, until the next video, thanks for watching. Bye.